Alright guys, so today by the title I will be doing fall nails. Right now I am adding on my coffin tip using nail glue. I am just going to make sure that all of the tips are on glue secure, and I already did my prep work, meaning I have pushed back my cuticles, I have buffed, I have fouled, and I have cleaned off my nail bed with alcohol, and then I'm just going to make sure all of my nail tips are glued on with my nail glue. So today I'm going to be doing fall colors. You're going to see the beautiful colors that I have chose to arrange on my nails, and hopefully you like it. Now you don't always have to get all of your paint work out as far as your polish. You can do something simple, easy by using acrylic and just making sure that you have your tools. So after I glue on my nails right here, I am taking my nail cutter and I am just using the method that you see when everybody else use the measuring magnets, and I just make sure they all are the same. Now I'm going to show you another clip. Other people are doing it a different way, so I'm going to check that out, so see if that works. But now I just have them all. I have them like in a coffin type shape, and all I'm going to do is just shape them up a little bit. And right now I'm just going to put a little dehydrator on them, and you want to make sure you put your dehydrator on your natural nail bed. So you're not gonna put on the fake nail, just put it on there. And I like to do this 2 times. I put it on there the first time, and then I go ahead and I blend in the nail tip with my nail, and it just takes a few minutes. Sometimes I take the electrical e-file, and others I would just take the hand file, which you see me doing right now, because every nail tip is different when it comes to the thickness of the nail. This nail tip is not that thick, it's pretty thin, and I don't like the real thick ones, so I just took a hand file and filed them. Now, when you are doing this process, make sure you blend it in. Some people don't blend it in, and that's okay if that's what you have been taught. Everybody has their own right to do how they want to do their nails, but for me, I like to just blend it in, and then I just fill over the top, and if it is smooth enough for me, then I move on to the next step. So this is why you see me just touching them after I have shaped, filed, and blend them in. I just want to make sure that everything is to my standard. You can do what's best for you, but for me, I like to do what I feel is comfortable, and never let someone that's teaching you how to do something tell you that the way they're doing it is correct, because everybody has their own way of doing things, and maybe you work a little smarter instead of harder than the next person, but you still get the same results. So don't ever let someone say this way is the right way. It's multiple ways to get to the same bus station, okay? As long as we're on the bus together and we make it off. So that's what you see me doing right here. I'm just filing down the nail tip to make sure that it's smooth when I run my finger over it, and then I just keep intact the integrity of the nail shape, because once I start layering on this acrylic, you want to make sure that you are keeping the integrity of your nail shape, so you don't have to go back and do so much hand file or e-file. And if you don't know, you can always stop in at www.ariinfinite.com. We have a website where you can buy all of your fragrance. We do shea butter, body oils, lotion, and roll-ons, and you can always order whatever you want online. So hey, make sure you go in there. I just want to pop that up and let you know. So now I just spread a little alcohol. I'm gonna make sure I wipe them off with a lint-free little cloth, and then again I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna prime it, and then I'm going to dehydrate it and prime it. So I'm putting a sticky base on right here, and I love this stuff. It's from, I'm gonna put it on the screen because I really can't remember right now, and I just let it do a little dry before I get to work. So the first thing that I do when I use color acrylic, I like to put a base acrylic on, which is the Asian blend or crystal clear. It doesn't really matter. I put that on to build my nail. So a lot of people go straight in with the color acrylic. I don't. I use color acrylic as if it is my polish, if I know I'm not going to be doing any design work. So right here is my Asian blend, and I have a number 10 Kolinsky brush. And what I do, I just pick up a bead, and if you don't know your ratio to liquid to powder ratio, we'll go over that in another video. Just let me know, comment down below. But right now I just pick up that bead, and I know I'm going to do my thumb, so I'm going to do a medium sized bead, and I'm going to build my nail. So I'm going to build the apex, and then I'm going to work my way down and make the end or the tip of where the fake nail more thinner. So I like to build my apex and my natural nail with the crystal Asian blend, because when it's time to change the colors, once I get down to this part of the nail, I know that the color is off, that I have a protective barrier on, and then I can go in and build it up again with the clear or Asian blend, or I can go ahead and use another color style of acrylic to do my nails over. So this is why I like to use a base as Asian blend or crystal clear to build my apex on my natural nail, and then once I get to the false nail or the half nail, whatever you want to call it, it's thinner because I'm going to use my color acrylic to build up. Now everybody does this a little bit different. Some people go straight in just using the color acrylic. I don't do that, which I'll explain. And still, when you are putting your acrylic on your nails, make sure you are taking your time. You're not doing brush strokes, but you're doing more of a tap motion. Tap, 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 and then you make sure you clean up your sidewalls, and you're making sure that the acrylic powder is doing most of the work. So you have your nail tilted down a little bit, you letting gravity do it work, and you're going to keep the sides clean. And then if you need to, just tap a little bit to make sure that you help gravity pour down the acrylic as it levels itself out. And that's what I'm doing pretty much on all the nails. And I just want to make sure everything is nice and crispy, so when I go and do my acrylic color, it's going to be a breeze, which you will see in a few seconds. So if you have any questions, or you feel like, hey, I want a more up-close detailed description on how you build or how you put your acrylic on before you use your color acrylic, pretty much I can do this video over again and show you more of a detail of what's going on. So again, just make sure you have the bead to ratio correct. It's not too watery, it's not too dry, and then you're able to do the tap, 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 tap motion to keep your acrylic in line at all times. Okay, so pretty much that's all I got to tell you right there. And then we're gonna move on to the next. So I'm just gonna let you see this work of art I'm doing. Alright guys, so we just got done doing our base coat with the Asian blend on our right hand. And now I am opening up these fall colors. So you just see my nail on my left side. I did that hand a couple days ago and I was like, girl, let's finish. Let's show the people how you can come up with a cute design without all the artwork. I'm not an artwork type of girl, but when I do see something I think is simple and easy, I will get to it. But I was showing y'all how I use my left hand, which is not my dominant hand, to do my right hand, which is my dominant hand. And I did a good job. So right now you see the colors. I'm doing this brownish goddess. What's the goddess? Goddess, I was trying to say. Like this brown goddess color. Now when you are using like acrylic type with speckles and all that glitz and glitter, it tends to be a little thin. So I like to pick it up half to be with crystal clear and then the other half the glitter blitz or whatever, which you see me do just a few seconds ago. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and build my nail up. Now the reason why I do that, because that nail is just going to be this glittery nail. I'm not going to put a base coat color underneath. I'm not using any polish while I'm doing my fall nail work. Okay, so I just picked up half the bead with the crystal clear, and then I picked up a tad bit of it with the speckle glitter, and I'm just going to build my nail up. Again, if you know anything about doing acrylic, you want to make sure your sidewalls are clean. You want to make sure you don't overflow your cuticle. You want to do the tap tap push in motion. You don't want to do the stroke motion, because stroking is going to take off your product. Now when I got to the end, I did tend to stroke it because I have too much glitter on, and I didn't want the glitter to be too thick, but I wanted it to be thin. And I waited until the acrylic set up a little bit, and then I just start brushing it. But you never want to do a brush stroke when you are attempting to lay your acrylic to build up an apex or anything like that. Now, the color that you see on the screen is like this golden bronze color. It is so beautiful. I'm going to be using that as a base coat, and then I'm also going to still be using my glitter as like, some of them is going to be like an overlay, or it's going to be like a effect on there, but the bronze color is beautiful. And when I do any of the glitter nails, or I put glitter on anything, I encapsulate it, meaning you just take a crystal clear acrylic and you just make sure you go over it with a thin layer. With me, I did a nice medium sized layer because the color acrylic I'm using as if it was polished, so I'm doing thin, applying thin applications, not thick, and then I'm going to build my nail up with my crystal clear acrylic. Say that 10 times fast, okay? Be like me. So that's what you see right there on my middle finger, and then I'm also going to repeat that step on my pinky finger. And then when it comes to my thumb and ring finger, index finger, I'm going to use that golden bronze color to like do some cute little artwork. So I just want to explain that to you, and we're about to get into this beautiful nail work. So if you have any questions, make sure you give me some dialogue, and I can come back and do another video that explains something a little more detail, or we can get this camera right up into these nails so that you can see what I'm actually doing. And again, this is my non-dominant hand, which is my left, and I'm doing my dominant hand, which is my right. So it's going to take time, steady, slow wins the race. You don't have to be fast doing it, especially if you're not ambidextrous, meaning you left and right hand. I'm kind of when I focus, so you know that's why they came out so crisp, and I didn't have to do a lot of fouling. So let's get into it. Watch me work, and if you like it, thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. Alright guys, so now we're moving on to using the golden bronze color, and that is my solid. It doesn't have any crystal, glitter, glam, or anything in there. So with this, you just have to test it out first to see if you have your liquid to powder ratio. A lot of times your brush needs to, or you don't need to pick up that much liquid because it tends to not dry and it's more liquidy or runny or wet. So um, when I use I'm saying a lot. When I use the color acrylic, I only use it as if it's like a polish. So I don't build my nail up with it because I don't want to sit here and take all day trying to sand it down. I don't want the color to be taken away from it. So I kind of use it in small sections, and I take my time and I just pick up small beads and just use it as it's a polish. So right here you see me, I use a medium sized bead. I went a third away on my nail and I'm letting it dry, and I'm doing the pat pat tap method because I want to make sure that my ends are crisp, my edge is crisp, and then on top of that I don't want to flatten it out too much that I don't have an apex, but I don't want it so thick that I have to keep applying this color acrylic on my nails, because when it's time to change my nail, remember I use a base, and the base is going to help me know where I need to stop fouling. I got the color off, and it's safe to add more acrylic color or to build it with my crystal clear Asian blend if I want to do like nail art for the next round. But yeah, just know when you're working with color acrylic, just know your ratio, how much of wetness the brush needs to be, if you're going to use it as a builder or if you're going to use it just as if it's a polish. And you see how little that bead is, and I'm just going to fill in the rest of my nail. So I just want to come back and tell you, we're going to have a full solid nail on my thumb. We're going to have a index and a ring finger with this bronze color, but I'm going to add a little bit of my crystal glitter acrylic on the other two fingers, and then we're just going to let it dry a little bit and I'll show you the end result. So make sure you like and subscribe and keep looking at the video, and you might learn some tricks and just see how I do my technique, because everybody's technique is different and you can learn something all the time from everybody. So keep watching. Thanks. Alright guys, so at this point, you see how I use the color acrylic to shape and do some different little techniques of blending and adding and all that good stuff that you can do with acrylic. You don't always have to take out all of the polishes to do a nice decorative design. So I have my drill bit, my electrical file, and I have my safeguard bit on here. You can always use a fiber one, but this one it is more of a mid grid because I want to go ahead and make sure that my nails are shaped correctly. I take any flaws out, any high points, to make sure that the nail is evenly distribute with the acrylic. And I am only using a 4 speed for this on forward. I normally don't go over a 5 when I'm sealing in the cuticles and I'm shaping and taking down the bulk of the acrylic if I have any. And I took my time, so I don't have a lot of bulk acrylic. I'm just sealing in the cuticle area, and then I'm just lightly going over, because again I encapsulated all the nails because I don't want to be sanding off any of my color acrylic or my glitter or anything like that. So I keep it at a 4 for the most part, and I take my time. I do not hold the drill on my nails so that I won't get a burn. I pick it up and I just go side to side, up and down, to make sure I do everything correctly. And if you can see, I have not used a hand file to shape my nails because I made sure as I was laying my nail acrylic down on my nails, I let gravity do its thing. I tucked in the free edge and the edge to make sure that it kept its shape and integrity, and guess what, less of a cleanup. And I have a little apex that you can see. I don't like them thick bulky apex because that's just not me. I'm not a thick girl nail type. And after you do all this, you can file, e-file, and you just shape up and get everything correct. All you're gonna do is just wipe off your nail with alcohol, which you'll see in the next clips, and then you go ahead and you take your base coat, or you can take a top coat. I like to do both and just make sure I cure them based on what the product that you have, and then I finish it off with some cuticle oil, and I will show you the end results because these nails are so cute. You don't always have to do the extra to look like you did a lot or extra. So check out my nails, make sure you like and subscribe, as I always will say, and until next time, hopefully you enjoy the video.
brown girls can't wear brown.
Baby,